All right, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha Rekah Kudash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba. So this is John 15, verse 1. It's in red letter because the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, is speaking. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. So the reason the Father is the husbandman is because he's the one that put Yahweh Shai here. He gave Yahweh Shai to the Israelites. John 17, verse 9. I was going to say Revelation, but it's John 17, verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. Talking about the elect. He don't pray for the world of Israel, but only for the elect, because the Lord doesn't hear the prayer of sinners, and the 2/3 are unfaithful. But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. See, so we've been given to Yahweh Shai by Yahweh, and we are his. And all mine are thine. So all the elect belong to Yahweh. And thine are mine, and we were given to Yahweh Shai. And I am glorified in them. And them through what? Through the word. Verse 6, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world, talking about out of the Israelite nation. Then it says, thine they were, and thou gavest them me, for they have kept thy word. See, that's how we glorify Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, is through the word which we were given. All right. So verse 2, it says in John 15, verse 2, every branch, which the branch is symbolic of the men of the nation of Israel, in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. All right. And the fruit of the lip is what it's talking about. Us prophesying, giving warning to the Israelites of the judgment that is to come with Yahweh Shai's return. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. All right. So once again, this word is very important to them that believe on Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And we got to eat the whole roll, just like Ezekiel was told to eat the whole roll. Ezekiel 3, when Ezekiel was commissioned to prophesy as an Israelite to the Israelites, all right, the Lord told him to eat the whole roll, and that's what we have to do. Ezekiel 3, verse 1, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, which is that word, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel of what is in the roll, which is the scriptures. They were scrolls, all right, and then they became books. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll, because there's no free will, and the prophet is subject to the law of a prophet. So you're going to be in this knowledge whether you like it or not if you're of the hopeful elect. All right, but really the elect, they're going to love it. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels, which is your mind, with this roll, with these scriptures that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness, right? Because it's sweet to know that you're an Israelite. But it comes with bitterness. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Wisdom, to grow in wisdom, it comes with much grief. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with them. It says, and speak with my words unto them. See, and that's what we're doing. Starting with the head apostles that ruled great millstone while, which taught us the truth. We're speaking to Israel, not with our own words, but with the words that are in the scriptures. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech, which we're speaking English. There's brothers that speak Spanish. There's, people from different languages, different nations could learn this because there's Israelites amongst all the nations. All right, so the foundation of the prophecy is with the Israelites being so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. But because we've been scattered throughout the world for many generations, you have Israelites that look like the other nations, living amongst the other nations and speaking different languages. And that's why the Lord gave the prophets the ability to speak tongues, which is to speak those different languages to prophesy. But to the house of Israel, but Israel, they do not know nor do they consider. That's Isaiah 1. But the elect, that's why the Israelite nation is eventually going to be saved, is because Yahushua is coming back for his elect. All right? Them that do believe. It says, not too many people of a strange speech, right? We're not trying to teach English words to a Spanish person, right? Wherever you are, you're supposed to be speaking the language and making it clear the message that is in these scriptures, whose words thou canst not understand, which everybody around us is speaking the same thing. You go to the same school, right? Get the same education. But they don't understand what you understand. It's because they're willfully ignorant. That's what it is. Surely had I sent them to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But if we were sent to a different nation, I've seen it. Where these heathen, they grab onto it and they're not, you could tell through the spirit that they're not the Israelites, but they'll happily say that they're a Jew and they are not. You know what I'm saying? But the house of Israel will not hearken unto me, which they don't. I even hear other brothers, and I've seen it myself. How many Israelites walk past the camp and not even look at us? But side-eye, side-eyeing us. So the Lord's going to punish you for your unfaithfulness. For they will not hearken unto me, because we come in the word of Yahweh, through Yahushai do we prophesy. For all the house of Israel are impudent, meaning they don't know. Hard-headed, they don't want to know. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces. So we're rough men, Really, if you ever meet the brothers, what you're supposed to, to join yourself to this truth. You're actually to join yourself with those men. Whether you're a man or woman, that's how your salvation is going to take place. If you believe and you come across the prophets, you're supposed to join yourself to the house of Jacob. All right? But once again, they're hard-headed. They don't want to hear that. All right? They don't want to know it. All right? It says, verse 8, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces. So we're even more hard-headed. All right? We're more hard to the death. Pretty much some brothers are going to die for this truth. And each brother has to possess their souls in understanding that as we wait for the Lord. There are some brothers that are going to die for the testimony. All right? And thy forehead strong against their foreheads. All right? So we're stiff in this truth, man. We're not going to move. We're fully persuaded. We're rooted into Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. He is in us and we are in him, and our power is with us. As an abundant, as an adamant, which means hard, right? Like a flint. A good example is flint. As an adamant, harder than flint, have I made thy forehead. Let me see if I can pull that up. Because I remember when I went to school, they showed us flint, and that's why they use it for roof, because it's so strong. But see how it breaks? But this is flint, and you can make weapons out of it. It says hard rock consisting of nearly pure chert, occurring chiefly as nodes in chalk. So let's see what that is. Yeah, chert. A hard, dark, oblique, opaque, not able to be seen through, not transparent. So rock, right? It says, as an adamant harder than flint, have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Talking about the Israelites that refuse us. All right, the Israelites are the ones that refuse this truth, are a rebellious house. They're the house of Saul. For it says, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart and hear with thine ear. All right. And go get thee to them of the captivity unto the sons of thy people, the Israelites, and speak unto them and tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh to his son Yahushua, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. See? So whether they'll listen or whether they reject it, it's on them. All right, but at least you gave them warning. It says in 2 Ezra 15, verse 1, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And I was just thinking about this Super Bowl halftime show, right? Called what do they call it? The Revolution. That's what it was called, Revolution. Which means to go against the government, which we're commanded not to do. We're to remain peaceful and stand on this truth, presenting everything true, all right? In Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all right? We're not to pick up arms and go against the Nazis with the swastikas on the flag. We are not supposed to do that. All right, the Lord is bringing them out to actually destroy these unbelieving Israelites. All right, they're the sword. The so-called white race is the sword in the Lord's hand, and he's going to use them to punish the Israelites that don't believe. All right, so it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, the Israelites, the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And it just... my son, he came to me like a day later and told me about the halftime show, how everybody's talking about it, how these so-called white people are upset about the message that was projected through Kendrick Lamar and all those actors, right? Through the images and the lyrics. Well, it hit me right away. That thought hit me right away. Then why can't Jake see it? And then even with these moves from Trump, how he's doing these executive orders, and you can see there's racial tension, or as Kendrick Lamar said, cultural divide, right? This is deeper than music. Why can't the Israelite get it? that don't believe. It's because the Lord put a darkness on them, a gross darkness, to these demons, so that he could destroy them. That's the whole purpose. They refused to hear this prophecy, so the Lord could destroy them. He put it on them to do that, and he's going to do it to fulfill his will as it is written according to the word. The word is very important. This holy scripture is very important in our faith, all right, because it speaks of our Savior, our power, Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, which he has given us as our Messiah. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. They are faithful and true. And that's the reputation of Yahweh Shai in Revelation 19. When he comes to judge, he's going to fulfill these scriptures faithfully and make them true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. So, they have these fucking red devils in these other nations. They have the desires to kill us, but they're wasting their time, as it says in Salakia. And, forgive me. In Psalms 2, what did King David say? Psalm 2. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Right? Which they're going to enslave you. The vain thing is that they're going to enslave us again or slaughter us. Their vain imagination deceives them. Because it's actually going to turn out the other way around. It says, verse 3 of 2 Ezra 15, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, that speak shit against us. All right, because these Israelites that are unfaithful, they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring the plague. I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, which is that so-called white race, which is going to do damage on Jake. It's going to be worse than any other time. It's going to be a time like no other. That's why they even got these robots. You've had Elon Musk himself telling you of the dangers of these AI robots. And now that he's in that position of power, the Lord's going to unleash those robots into your communities, and they're going to rain havoc in your lives on the people that are unbelieving with you, you Israelites that refuse to honor Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. The sword, famine, which there ain't going to be no food, there ain't going to be no water for you, but the prophet, the anointed, shall eat. Death and destruction. And it's all going to lead up into the nuclear destruction of America. And the nukes are going to be shot off by the allies of America, which they have NATO, and the enemies of America, which is going to be BRICS. They're going to join themselves together and come against America.
Hey, just curious, but is the rest of the world about to go to war with us? Let me know.
Listen, the more that you'll hear, and the more that you watch, the more that you'll see. So I just rewatched the Super Bowl halftime show again, and there's so much shit in this. Let's talk about it. First, I want to point out that his entire Super Bowl stage is a PlayStation controller. And who owns PlayStation? Sony? Where's Drake signed to? Sony. So that's the very first button that he's pushing here. Samuel L. Jackson comes out as Uncle Sam, and he starts the game. He says, this is America's greatest game. But America's greatest game is actually on halftime, so that's not what he's talking about. Then opens with a clip of his song GNX, standing on top of his GNX. This man said, you would not get the picture if I had to sit you for hours in front of the loop. Meaning some of you are just not going to get this. Followed by, started with nothing but government cheese, but now I can seize the government too. It says the revolution's about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. And behind him, the crowd lights lit up, warning, wrong way.
Kendrick Lamar didn't just perform at the Super Bowl. He made a statement. His halftime show wasn't just about entertainment. It was about symbolism, storytelling, and pushing boundaries. The entire performance unfolded across 4 stages that were shaped like a PlayStation controller button. And that wasn't just a design choice. It was Lamar's way of showing his life as a video game, a journey through obstacles, survival, and resistance.
Last night, Kendrick gave us a nuanced discussion of what it is to be black in America. He was saying America is a game and we're all trapped inside of it. The stage was a giant PlayStation controller that the performers couldn't even see the entirety of. So this is like what we're trapped in America, in mass incarceration and capitalism and the entire American system. We are trapped in a game that we have no chance to win. And not only that, we can't even see that we're in the game. Like, the dancers can't see that it's a game. We can't even see that we're in a game. And you got Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam. When do we get to see a black man play Uncle Sam? And we're seeing Sam say, hey, you're being too ghetto, too rebellious. Don't you know how to play the game? For an older black man to say to him, don't you know how to play the game? That is so deeply coded. Like, do you know how to navigate the system? Do you know how to deal with the hurdles that the white man is going to throw at you? Do you know how to do the necessary sacrifices and compromises and code switching that's necessary to get there? Kendrick had been doing his hardcore rap song to that point, and Samuel L. Jackson is talking about, you're scaring America. Don't you know how to play the game to mollify these white folks? So after Sam says, don't you know how to play the game? Kendrick goes into the softer songs, the R&B. This is when Luther comes out. This is when SZA comes out. And when Sam says, that's what America wants, nice and calm, that's when he's playing the game. So Kendrick switches it up. That's when we go into Not Like Us. But of course, there's a whole game with Not Like Us. Is he going to do it? Is he not? It's like hopscotch. He's in, he's out. He starts to do it, then he backs off. Then he teases that he's going to do it again. Then he backs off. Then he jumps right into it. He's playing a game with you. And the whole Samuel L. Jackson thing is like, no matter how high and big you get, there will always be that voice of America standing there going, you're being too ghetto. You're not playing the game enough. You're not enough. And oh my God, an American flag made of black bodies. So much symbolism how we are the fabric of America. We are the raw materials that made America. We form America. We are definitely part of America, but also we are trapped in America, right? We got the Drake references with Serena and the A-Chain and the whole he likes to sue. But this was really about, let's critique America. Let's talk back to America. Let's put on our critique of America at the Super Bowl.
Eating black